studies, we were able to select 29 near-site locations for the more detailed evaluation. Samples were collected from the upper 6 inches of sediment, given that that's the bioavailable zone, or the zone where most organisms are likely to reside in the sediment. In addition, we looked at deeper sediment samples down to depths down to approximately 10 feet, and most of the deeper samples were in the outfall OF1 area, which is the area with the highest likelihood for contamination. As part of the 2006 study, we also took a look at the background conditions within the Hudson River. The background conditions are important because it helps establish a reference with which to measure our near-site measures of biological activity and chemical concentrations. The 2006 study included 11 background stations, which were upstream of Croton Point, kind of reaching from the pink line here upstream to Croton Point. The station selection was based on the results of the 97 and the 2004 investigations, as well as some supplemental material that was available from a regional study that was done in 2000 and 2001. The 2006 investigation was designed on 2 parts. One is to look at various lines of evidence with which we could evaluate potential impacts to the benthic community, and the second question was to take a look deeper and see how deep the sediment contamination and the metals may have extended into the sediment. The lines of evidence that were used for the comparison of the metals concentrations included the following. We looked at predictors of toxicity to benthic organisms, such as immobilizers that typically bind metal to the sediment, as well as looking at pore water within the sediment itself. We also evaluated indicators of toxicity by looking at sediment bioassays using laboratory reared organisms that were placed into the sediment, as well as looking at benthic community composition. We also looked at the bioaccumulation of potential metals with the collection and analysis of clams that we were able to retrieve from the river bottom. Each of these lines of evidence will be discussed a little bit further in the future slides. These photos help show